When you see an incense burner and hear that buzzing, you know there's an insect pest around, the mosquito. They seem not to like the smell of burning incense. The smoke interferes with their breathing. Down they fall. The mosquito breathes air. Cut off its supply of air, and the mosquito cannot survive. Many insects live on juices of plants. So does the male mosquito, and he's rarely seen. But the female is different. She's the one we hear buzzing at night. She lives on blood. She has antennae like long threads that seem to lead her to food. At the front of her head is a long tube, a beak strong enough to pierce an animal's skin or a person's and suck blood. As she drinks, her stomach changes color. Blood is thick, too thick to flow easily through the mosquito's slender beak. So she injects saliva into the blood to thin it. That's what makes you itch. Each kind of mosquito prefers a certain kind of food. Some prefer birds. They're attracted to chicken coops. Only the female mosquito drinks blood. Her beak is long and strong, just what she needs to pierce the skin and suck blood. The beak has 4 parts. One part is a channel through which the mosquito pours saliva into a wound to dilute blood. The male mosquito has no such beak. The parts he does have are small or even missing and too weak to pierce skin, so the male doesn't bite. Mosquitoes have 2 large green eyes made up of many smaller parts. They see in several directions at once. There's a claw at the end of each of the mosquito's 6 legs, claws they use to cling to smooth surfaces. They can easily hang upside down. Once her stomach is full, the female finds water that is very still, as in a pond or puddle. And on the surface of that still water, she lays her eggs. You'll notice she lays them between her back legs, end up, one against the other, and she lays them quickly. A few minutes and dozens of eggs later, she's finished. For days, the eggs drift in the water. Outwardly, nothing seems to be happening. But one day, the first baby mosquito breaks out of its egg. And here come her brothers and sisters. At this stage, they're called larvae, or wigglers. They appear large here, but they're actually so tiny they can barely be seen. Look closely, and you'll see they're clinging to the underside of the water's surface. Remember, they need air. They breathe through a little tube which they push above water. From time to time, they dive to grab bits of food drifting by, but they can't stay down for long. They shed their skin 4 times during this stage. The water is filled with empty, outgrown skins. How small these larvae are compared to an adult, but the babies grow quickly. In a day or 2, they're much larger. They dive frequently now, looking for lots more food. And they find it, bits of waste and tiny living creatures floating in the water. Each one can stay underwater longer now, closing its air tube by means of small flaps. Still, the time comes when it needs another breath of air, So back to the surface it goes. The small flaps open, and once again, that air tube is thrust above water. Nothing like a breath of fresh air. After just a few days, each larva has shed its skin 3 times. The last time it sheds, the shape of the insect changes completely, and the larva becomes a pupa. There goes the old skin. In the pupa stage, the mosquito does not eat. It breathes through a pair of tubes at its front end and remains quiet while its body changes rapidly. If disturbed, it moves quickly by a sudden jerking motion. So fast do these creatures change, the pupa stage lasts only from 2 to 4 days. Then, the skin on its back slowly splits open, and out comes the adult mosquito. There are some 2,000 different kinds of mosquito known throughout the world. All develop at different rates. In cold climates, it takes months for a mosquito to develop into an adult from a newly laid egg. In warm climates, 2 weeks. The adult always comes out on a sunny day. It must dry itself before it can fly. There are the long legs of the adult, the antennae, the beak, and the wings. Resting on the surface of the water, she dries her wings in the sun. Trying her legs. She's never had legs before. Something new. She's resting now, but before long she'll spread her wings and take to the air, looking for dinner. Mosquitoes breed in trenches and ditches. Wherever water gathers, remains still and grows dirty. You'll find them in fields and tall grass, where they remain quiet during the day, but come out at night. You'll find them sucking juices from plants and from flowers. but you'll probably find them most often buzzing around near you and feeling their sting as the females drop in for dinner and bite. Such is the life of an insect that is both a pest and an enemy, the troublesome, buzzing mosquito.